All right, guys, before we get into this podcast, just want to show you we've been in the back grinding. All of our shirts are selling out. ItalianFootballTV.com. Guys, first come, first serve. Once we sell these out, we are not getting them again just because, we're still too small. This helps support us, so if you enjoy and you want them and you like them, head on over at ItalianFootballTV.com. Subscribe if you're new, enjoy this podcast, and comment down below.
Okay, we're all ready?
Let me fix my hair. Hold on. Okay, perfect.
That was quick.
What is up, everybody, and welcome back to the Serie audio experience with IFTV. We got all the boys over for a nice Sunday podcast. We are in the middle of Napoli against Genoa because we have to get this filmed right away. Otherwise, we'd have to wait for tomorrow. It's halftime. It's 1-1. So we don't know if Genoa win, Juventus would win the Scudetto. It's unlikely at this point.
We will know by the time this podcast is over.
Yeah. We're going to keep this longer than 45 minutes.
And who cares about the Juventus winning the Scudetto?
I care.
You do?
If you're a Juventus fan, then you care.
Ask me if I care.
Antonio, you were just saying that that you started coaching now.
Uh-huh.
Tell the guy, tell everybody about it.
Well, I'll tell everybody. I'm coaching your father, an old man like that, and another bunch of old timers. So
I heard he scored for you. You should be happy.
He's been scoring lately. You know,
Yeah?
Sometimes he throws the ball. He throws the ball in a different location, and the ball winds up going in all the time.
On the seven, on the upper corner. But let me ask you something. Who's your idol as a coach? Who you look up to as a coach?
Me?
You.
Gattuso.
Man.
What were the scores?
That's not what you told me before.
What did I tell you?
You told me Mourinho.
I think so. I must have been drunk or dead. That was not me.
What was the scores of the game?
6-0 today, by the way.
Wow.
The Brooklyn Italian guys, 6-0. I mean, it was not it was a Greek team. It was Olympiacos, unfortunately, but
I like
how you pointed to me like I was other coach.
Oh, you're
nevertheless,
You should have been over there.
You should have been
a lot of
cheering up.
Malagas over there.
No.
You guys should have told me.
Also tell them that we are in the final for the cup.
Well, we played the
final for the cup.
On the cup final,
Do you play and you're the coach?
From time to time, when if
it's a low budget team.
If it's needed,
You go in?
I'm gonna put my all my knowledge.
Not
of the
5-6-0. You let the other guys go, right?
Yeah,
Too good.
I wish Gattuso could do that. Sometimes when they need him, he could just throw on a jersey.
So I let them play the little babies. I let them stay on the field. Otherwise, they fight. I said, "Oh, you pull me in, you pull me out." Especially your father. Oh my God, he needs a lollipop too. Him and another 2-3 guys.
A lollipop?
So it's like kindergarten all over again.
So you're in the finals next week. All right, maybe we're gonna have to stop
not
by.
next week.
Not next week.
Next week. At the end of the season, we play in the cup final.
Oh, okay. So then this season we'll come by, we'll record a little bit for Instagram, and we'll see.
Absolutely.
I want to see you going crazy. I heard that even at 5-0, you were screaming at the team for more.
It is what it is.
I like that. Anyway, let's get into the Serie. We've got a lot to talk about. We'll move our way. We won't start from Juventus against Milan. We'll save it a little bit. We'll save it a little bit. We want to build the anticipation. You know. Let's start with Inter 0-0 against Atalanta, a match that finished just a little while ago for us. Peter, as an Inter fan, this was a result that I would say went in Milan's favor. After you lost, I still think that you didn't do that bad because you got a tie between Inter and Atalanta, and Lazio almost lost, but they got a tie. But you're tied with Atalanta on points now. So what do you think, Pete?
No, I mean, as an Inter fan, you want to see the win. That's a chance to really separate yourself from the pack. Because besides just Milan, there's also Atalanta that's tied for points now for 4th spot. Lazio still has a game in hand. Roma just got the win versus Sampdoria. So everyone is there. Even though you have the 5 point, it's a nice cushion. But 7 would have been a lot better. Then you would have had 3 games ahead, and it really cements your position in Champions League. Saying that, Atalanta is a tough team. We know this. They're tied for 4th for a reason. They play fantastic football. Gasperini has this team moving up and down the pitch for 90 minutes. We were lucky in the sense that Zapata, suspended, was not able to play this game.
Such a stupid yellow card last game.
So that helps. And Ilicic, let me tell you, I think he's an unbelievable player. Every time today, he was on. Every single time he made the right touch. He doesn't have particular speed, but he's so smart that he gets the ball in the right area, and he knows how to manipulate the ball, put it into space, and run on after the ball, and gave Inter a bit of trouble.
He's got a left foot.
Yeah.
Guys. If he was consistent, he'd be a world-class player.
Well, I mean, Gasperini, I think, even said it. He's like,
Oh, he said that?
great player.
Yeah,
but he's
the biggest flaw.
He goes quiet.
And then also that he's like a crybaby because he's always hurt. Don't ask Ilicic how he's feeling because he's gonna say, "Oh,
I
my
remember
knees hurt.
that.
This
I
hurts."
remember that.
All that stuff. But then from Inter's side of it,
It's like Gaetano. It's always hurt.
So he's world-class, but always hurt.
Yeah, it's always hurt. Now it's the back, now it's the front, and now it's the side, and now it's the knee, and now it's the whatever. You know, I lost counts in how many places he's.
What are you talking about?
He's saving it for the
How
Milan
many
Juve.
games have I missed in the last?
A bunch of it.
Couple of
a bunch
years.
of it. So that's what I gave him a little pep talk today. I said, don't come next week. That I don't care. You're playing. You're starting the game, and you know.
Gaetano, you can't talk to your
this
coach
guy.
like that.
Yeah.
You gotta give him a handshake and make up.
So Pete, good analysis.
oh,
so
that's just
far.
Atalanta's point. Now Inter, I think Inter the first 5 to 10 minutes were dominating the game.
They got offside goal too, right?
They had an offside goal, but it was a clear offside.
Yeah.
I mean, I just like the way they were pressuring. Interesting, little change in formation. You put Vecino behind Icardi, and I thought Vecino played really good for the time being. Unfortunately, Brozovic gets injured,
Right away,
and you saw Inter slow down a lot.
What was the formation? 4-2-3-1.
It was it was the still 4-2-3-1, but
Icardi
he had
started.
Vecino closer.
To
And you had
Icardi.
Brozovic and Gagliardini
On
as
the
your
side.
two mediani. But once Brozovic goes down, Inter had a hard time moving the ball. And you can tell Gagliardini and Vecino playing back there, they're not the right players. They need to be
More
with
technical.
they need to be with a technical player in order to really dominate
I
their
agree with
game or
that.
play their game. And you saw Inter kind of go down and Atalanta starting to jump up. But I think for the most part it was a pretty even game because
I think
Inter
so,
had
too.
some chances, and they really negated themselves out.
Icardi had that chance.
Icardi had the chance.
Golini did
Nainggolan
great.
had the chance, but
Golini did really good.
I think Icardi played good for the most part. The fans didn't give him a lot of trouble. Besides the Curva Nord, everyone else supported him.
What did they say at the Curvano? They were booing him?
Well,
I didn't watch the game. That's why I'm asking.
The Curva Nord already made a statement before he actually started
Such
last
as
week's
they
game,
want
Wednesday's
him-
game.
They want him out, right?
They want him out, and
They didn't let
when
him celebrate. Did you see
yeah.
that? When he scored last week, they were about, some people were about to start cheering, and then the leader said, "Guys, be quiet, don't celebrate his
wow.
goal."
The Curva
when they
Nord.
played against Genoa.
This is bad.
But I mean, the Curva Nord does not represent all Inter
Yeah, yeah.
fans, and they have a right to also voice their opinion. They are supporters. They pay for their seats. They want to watch their game, and the whole Icardi deal, is not fair to Inter fans. Because we expect a certain professionalism, and unfortunately, Icardi did break his obligation to the team.
And
We
it's not
still
the
don't know
first time.
everything. But
It's not the first time that he's had a problem with
It's
the
not the
Curva,
first time,
you know?
Yeah. So I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's going on, but in the end, it doesn't matter because what matters is Inter has to get Champions League, and we're a better team with Icardi, and you can tell because when he was joining in the attack, he always brings one or two players with him, and it frees up space for the other players. The only thing is Inter without a Brozovic, there was no movement. There's nothing. It's very slow, and
didn't get a lot of
Politano's the only spark. Nainggolan this year has been up and down. Sometimes he's out of the game. He doesn't look fit. So, I mean,
Only against AC Milan
just-
they come up and they become the best player of the world. Lucky though, lucky.
hey, don't start lucky. Come on, we dominated you guys. Dominated. Dominated.
It was dominated.
What
It
kind of a
was.
smoke you've been taking lately?
The ones from the Curva over there.
Ah, okay.
Nah, it was. It was Inter. It was all Inter that game. But anyway, I think that for Atalanta, like you said, Zapata was a huge loss. This guy, they were up 4-1 against Bologna, where he was already scored in the match. The guy stops the ball with his hand to score a goal, gets a yellow card, and that's it. He misses the next match. He misses the match against Inter, which is huge. I think that when he's there, they're a different team. Even Papo Gomez this year has not really been on. A lot of his goals have been taken away. They got the trio. Zapata, Ilicic, and Papo Gomez have more goals than any other trio in Serie A.
Wow.
And
Which
they
says
got
a
the-
lot.
and they got the most
Think about
goals
all-
in general.
And the most goals in
Yeah.
general, but even just the trio, more than Ronaldo, Mandzukic, Dybala, more than any other top team. So those three not being together and Zapata's got your most goals, it plays on you, So I think for Atalanta, and they're also playing in the San Siro, so not a bad result. They're tied on points right now with AC Milan. Tied on points.
Aye.
Milan are above because you guys beat them and tied. You won one, you tied one. So you're up on that head-to-head. But it's going to go still 7 games left, and Atalanta are still there pushing for a Champions League spot.
it's insane.
Considering the team that they have.
Can you check
It says a lot.
what is the lineup? How many more teams we're going to be facing? Other than Atalanta
Going back to Inter, well, I was curious to see how he was going to be welcomed. I saw some sign that said "Welcome back, Captain," but I think there was split. The fans were split. Some of them welcome him back, some of them didn't want him. But going forward, do you think that at the end of the season, is Icardi gone from Inter?
I mean, right now it looks like he's out. The only thing is, we still don't know what's gonna happen next
Inter,
year.
Milan,
Because
Lazio, and Atalanta.
there's a bunch of players that Icardi has had problems with that are looking like they're going to be on their way out. Spalletti, we're not sure if he's going to be the coach. So I think the smartest thing that Inter can do is until they find who their coach is going to be, that's when you make the decision. There's no need to rush Icardi
So Spalletti's
until you
out.
talk. If Spalletti is out and whoever's the next coach, if he really wants Icardi, I think give Icardi the rightful contract, but also you got to see how the dynamics in the team works, because if Perisic is gone, right, he's the biggest guy that has the problem with Icardi, and you could even tell in these past 2 games Perisic has slowed down a bit. He had a terrible game today.
Yeah, he was bad.
And I don't know if
bad.
that was a mental thing with Icardi, but then again Wednesday he scored. So I mean, it's just Perisic, I know for a year now, he wanted to leave. And he wants to leave.
He said with Man U,
That guy's not worth it.
They were saying this week with Gazette, I think it was Gazette or Corriere, they were saying that Spalletti and Marotta, there's a break, that they don't want to stay with each other. And I think that, my first thought was that because, again, the way Spalletti speaks in his press conference is the complete...
It's a disgrace.
It couldn't be any different than the way Marotta speaks. Marotta never says anything.
Yeah.
He always knows how to get away with speaking an entire time without giving you any information. And Spalletti is like an open book.
Oh, my
anything
God.
you want to know, the guy gives you. And I think that was one of the things that they said Marotta does not like with Spalletti. He's too open.
Wait, plus Spalletti, he asks the question to himself and then he answers the
Rhetorical
same way he
question.
wants. Oh yeah, he
He's,
thinks
nah.
he's a little bit over there. Maybe he needs a shrink. Okay,
But the thing is,
mental coach.
going back to Gaetano's question, you're going to lose Icardi, who is arguably one of the best Serie A strikers, if not one of the better European
Europe,
strikers. Do you have a replacement for him?
yeah, bring
And
Dybala
if you
in.
don't,
Bring Dybala in and just
what's
promote
gonna happen?
Lutero. Bring
Well,
Dybala in and get
you're going to
Lutero.
get 50, 60
Lautaro.
million at least,
Should be a
right?
lot more. Yes, should be a lot more.
higher than
But
that.
Okay, so you get 70 million. I mean, you
70?
You got to
have
get
the money,
80 to 100 million.
You have the
You
money
have to.
to
You're not
buy
getting
Buy
even
another
50.
one.
center
You have
forward.
to.
what I'm
If you
saying
get
is
50,
everything's
you'll
got to
be
be done
lucky.
in a
Right, but
smart way.
the thing is, Spalletti and Icardi won't be able to live together after the season. So one of them is going to
One
go.
of them is out.
Or both.
It could be both. Well,
Yeah.
they were saying if Conte went in, Conte does not want Icardi. He doesn't
think
like
so?
a guy. That's what they were. I'm just going off what the newspaper that was saying that he's done. They were saying that Conte would not want somebody like Icardi inside the locker room. He's been big. Conte's always been big on having some enemies. He had an enemy with Krasic. He had an enemy with Diego Costa. He had an enemy with Balotelli. He did not want these kind of guys that created any friction. He would much rather have a guy like Eder and Graziano Pelle up top who just listened to word for word what he did.
But the thing is, besides this whole thing that happened, Icardi, it never came out that he had any problems with players. So that's what the whole issue is. I think,
Maxi Lopez.
well, that's a whole nother complicated situation.
I think that
That's
they don't.
a whole
they don't-
nother thing.
Yeah, but I think he doesn't want anybody in the locker room who's going to start creating enemies.
No, but the thing is,
Same,
it's
like-
not him. It's Wanda.
Baloney.
So he's going to say get rid of
I'll tell you what. That's my take. If you guys got balls, okay, into the lockers room over there, you care about what really Wanda has to say?
No, but certain players,
Come on.
if there's friction already,
There's no
Come
need for
on.
that. Why have that? You know what I'm saying?
It's
It's
like...
causing
He
extra.
does have a point too.
Antonio,
I-
It's causing
if
extra
your wife
controversy.
and agent is saying,
That
"Oh,
doesn't understand anything
Perisic-
about soccer. If
She doesn't
somebody
understand anything about soccer,
But
but
that's what I'm saying.
but
Why you
she's
take
talking about
Wanda Nara
her
seriously? Why you take Wanda Nara seriously? Just
every
because it's
week,
Icardi's
every
wife?
week,
What I mean,
she's saying
she's
Antonio doesn't know how to play. Antonio doesn't
It's
give
all right.
the
Let
right
her
ball
talk.
to."
The coach makes the final decision. It's not
true, too.
her.
True,
That's true, too.
but
Spalletti. The problem is Spalletti lost the locker room. That's the reasons why this whole mess is being created. And this is the reasons why Spalletti is the first one that I will say.
I don't agree 100%
I would rather
with
to
that.
keep
Because
Icardi. Icardi is a great player.
if he lost the locker room, you wouldn't be able to win versus Milan. You wouldn't be able to
You
win
know, that
certain
win
games.
with Milan was just pure luck.
They
was
wouldn't
pure
play.
luck.
They wouldn't
Pure
play. then.
luck.
They wouldn't play.
The team below everybody, Lazio, was losing to Sassuolo. Berardi scored in the 89th minute. I thought it was going to end for sure. In the 95th minute, 96th minute, Lulic came out and got the goal that tied the game for Lazio. I mean, Lazio, this is another tricky team. And I know when you play against a team like Sassuolo, who is fighting to battle that relegation, like we saw today, Frosinone beating Fiorentina 1-0.
Nice. I watched out the first half. Nice. I like that.
Frosinone's first 2 wins in Serie back-to-back ever. So I think that, yes, it's hard, but Lazio also need to do a little bit more. If you want to get inside the Champions League, you got to do more. So 2-2 against Sassuolo at home. So
Dude,
it went in your favor.
They dropped points their past few games.
What was Roma
Lazio.
score?
Yeah.
Against
Well,
Sampdoria.
Their past 3 games.
What have they been?
Yeah, they tied with Sassuolo against Spal.
They lost.
They lost to Spal, and then Inter they lost.
They won.
To,
They won
no,
versus
they won
Inter. They
my
lost to
bad.
Spal.
Yeah.
And
That's
tied with
inconsistent.
But there's a
Sassuolo.
big game coming up next week.
Next week against
which
Milan.
is Lazio
Yeah.
Milan. So it's going to be big.
And they also have a game at hand versus Udinese.
Yeah, they have a game in hand.
But Udinese is also struggling for
And
to
Udinese
not go
is
down.
not an easy
So it's
team.
not
No,
Nice.
easy
Udinese
team.
is not easy. When
Yeah.
they played you, it was very difficult.
You need,
for them.
you need to do.
But-
Milan needs to do well against
Lazio, Milan.
The thing is, if
Otherwise-
Lazio wins versus Udinese, you have a 3-way tie in theory
Jeez.
for 4th place for the Champions League
It's
spot.
getting crazy.
So it's gonna come down to these head-to-head games.
Yeah.
And Lazio Milan could be a deciding game.
But we do the first game. What did we do? We won against Lazio, I think, right? We
I don't
didn't
remember.
lose.
I'll check real
didn't
quick.
lose.
But
Yeah, but it's not about what you did. It's how the team is playing right now.
Differential in the what
Yes.
we did
Head to
overall.
Well, you still have one more-
Had to have his first. Yeah, you still have another match
What did
first.
we do? I think we won the first
checking
game.
right now.
It said it was a win or tie. A win. I don't think we lost against Lazio. Right?
Tie.
remember.
1-1.
1-1.
But that was at Lazio's home.
Now
So
you guys
Milan's
playing
home.
San
Yeah.
Siro next.
So it's Milan Lazio.
Milan,
Yeah,
Lazio.
Milan Lazio, which helps you obviously a lot.
Yeah.
Which was the next game we're gonna go to? Roma beat Sampdoria in Genoa. Pretty surprised, to tell you the truth.
Well, Milan was playing, so they secured it. They
The first
played
half
good.
was going. Yeah, okay. Only when they win. The first.
What do you
I saw
mean?
the first half. I think Sampdoria was dominating the game.
No, they weren't dominating. Roma, Sampdoria had chances, but I think Roma, for the most part, was in control of the game.
Okay. So this Ranieri got the first win, which is okay. Yeah.
Is it their first?
No.
No,
As
Ranieri's
a coach-
first?
No, as a coach for Roma.
No, I don't
No,
think so.
no.
Oh, did he won another game already?
Pretty sure. Yeah,
Oh,
he's been
okay.
the.
I must have been maybe somewhere else in Italy.
Sleeping.
I guess I was in Italy.
De Rossi scored the decisive goal. And the guy always shows to me the embodiment of passion. I love seeing him. I know his future is a little bit uncertain. What's gonna happen? What's not gonna happen? But Roma with him is still to me a difference maker. Where in a time where some of the players, the younger guys at least, maybe they don't see the attachment to the jersey, he definitely helps out in that sense.
And he's a leader.
The guy never lacks in that, and over there in that
Gaetano,
department.
did you see De Rossi pairing up with the Totti being a technical director of the Roma? Because Totti is going to be the technical director. He's
Yeah,
gonna be
that's.
making
I mean,
decisions.
Roma to me is a mess. I mean, I wish that they decide which directions that they want to go, because I have a feeling they have no directions. I know that Pallotta has been having problems getting a new stadium, and he's got problems with the city of Rome. But I mean, at one point, you need to give some direction to this team. Are you gonna build a team, or you gonna every time you got a good player, you're gonna sell it? Which way are you gonna go? Because like this, you're not gonna make Champions League. If you keep going like this. Now they were talking about Zaniolo, what they're gonna do. They don't know. What do you mean you don't know? You either build a team and keep the young, good players and buy. Otherwise, why you keep going on TV and now Totti's going to take over and Monchi's out and the other guy's out, and you keep the head Sabatini, he was great. The guy was he was a great and the guy, he has a lot of experience. I don't think Totti. I'm not sure if Totti is at that level yet. I think he needs more experience than that.
As a technical director?
Yeah, but if you bring back Sabatini, then and you get your stadium, hey, make a decision. Hey, this is the way we want to go. You want to be in Champions League. That's not how you're going to get to Champions League when you don't even know if you're going to sign Zaniolo.
Do you think that Totti can be just a scouting director or something like that? Will it just be used
You
for
know,
scouting?
Totti is a good person to have in the organization because he's
the symbol.
the symbol of a city, is the symbol of Roma. He has a very good report with the fans, with the curva, and everybody knows him in the world. So I'm sure that if you need to get a player and Totti goes and talk to that player, if you have
that's important.
a plan where you're going to build up the team, I think that Totti could help. But as far as being Direttore Sport technical director, I don't think he's ready yet.
Well, just to hit on the Zaniolo thing, I think that a lot of the Zaniolo, if he's going to stay, they're saying is linked to Champions League. Because who's going to need to be sacrificed if they don't make Champions League, which to me looks very difficult.
That's what I'm
in Roma's
saying.
Situation.
That's what I'm saying.
So
if
you
you
would
don't make
sack
it,
Zaniolo?
even
That's
if
what
you,
they're saying. I'm not. I wouldn't.
even if you
I
don't make
wouldn't.
Champions League,
You have
that's
to
why
keep
you
him.
have to keep him.
Well,
So
they-
that next year you make Champions League.
The argument, I guess, is that he would bring you 50 million that you could sign somewhere else. I'm not saying I agree with it. I'm just saying what the reports.
Let me see Roma.
what
Let me
the
tell you
reports-
Roma's schedule, and you guys let me know what you
give
guys
us
think.
everybody's schedule. You got
Okay,
everybody's?
yeah. Let me
Okay.
go with Roma's first.
all the Champions League teams.
Roma's upcoming against Udine, home.
That's very
Inter away.
very hard.
At home at Cagliari. Genoa away.
Genoa's
Home
not bad.
against Juventus. Away against Sassuolo. And home against Parma.
That is a very tough schedule.
It's
Besides
definitely
Genoa
not easy.
and Parma, those are very tough
What do you mean?
teams.
Parma's not a tough team?
In the end, it's gonna.
I don't think
Yeah,
Parma's
yeah,
really
no,
that
no,
bad.
Goodbye, Roma.
No, I don't
Okay.
think.
Should I move on to the?
Arrivederci, Roma.
Yeah. Okay.
I wouldn't say so. I wouldn't say so. Yeah.
The only reason why
Yeah.
I won't count them
Because
out is
Manolas
because
is there.
no, the thing is, all the teams are up and down. From Milan,
Everyone's so
Atalanta.
Get
inconsistent.
everybody
Exactly.
else's.
I
Get-
have
get
no
everyone.
one.
Let's
Okay,
go
who's
to
you got
Inter.
next?
Let's go to Inter.
Okay, let's do Inter
Inter's
schedule.
5 points ahead of you.
Don't worry
Okay,
about it.
let's do it.
Now.
Who do you have right now? Who do you have up?
Inter schedule next. They are playing Frosinone away.
Very hard.
At Roma, they're playing home.
Okay.
Juventus home. Ooh, two tough ones.
Juventus might not be that as bad
That's
as it
true.
seems.
Yeah.
might not be.
Udinese away. Chievo Verona at home. Napoli away and Empoli at home. Okay, maybe
That's
a
not
little,
that bad.
maybe a little bit better than Roma.
Napoli and Juventus.
Inter is going to make the Champions
Yeah,
League.
okay.
It's
Let's
between
see.
Atalanta, Lazio, Milan, and Roma.
Atalanta,
Those are the teams.
Atalanta schedule. They are playing Empoli next at home. Napoli at home. Fiorentina at home. It was Napoli away, my bad. Udinese at home. Lazio away. Genoa at home. Juventus away and Sassuolo at
That's
home.
not that bad. It's not that bad.
Easy.
Not easy.
Not easy,
No.
come on.
It's
No,
not easy.
because they have
They got-
Napoli, Lazio, Juventus.
But again, Napoli and Juventus are. This is
That's
probably the best
true.
time that you could play
Yeah,
Napoli
maybe
and Juventus.
That's true.
No.
I can't.
Yes, it
so-
is.
Yeah, no, it's true.
It is.
Next.
Okay, the last one. Oh no, Lazio's next. Lazio's playing Milan next at away. Udinese at home. Chievo Verona at home. Sampdoria away. Atalanta at home. Cagliari away. Bologna at home and Torino away. That's not bad. That's not bad at all.
That's
about
tough.
not bad.
Yeah,
Okay,
how's Milan's?
Milan, the last one. They're playing Lazio next at home. Parma away. Lazio home. Torino away.
Lazio home for 2 times for the champion.
Oh no, Coppa Italia. Sorry. Yeah, okay. Torino away. Bologna home. Fiorentina away. Frosinone home and Spal away.
So Milan.
The last 2 games are tough.
Milan is going to make it.
You think so?
Milan is going to
Based
be
off that,
Yeah.
I don't
Milan's
know.
gonna be
Milan,
in the
I
14th.
think-
but they're playing some relegation side teams that are gonna
between
go
Milan and
100%. I don't know.
Lazio, I think it's gonna come down to
I
that.
don't know.
But
I
if
think
you made
Frosinone,
me bet on it, I would
What
bet
about
Milan.
Atalanta?
I would bet.
I said
Atalanta. I
That might
don't
be
know.
tough.
I don't know. I think it's gonna be
Atalanta, I'm
tough.
telling you,
I'm not saying
Atalanta
no.
might be the wild card and it's going to beat everybody else.
Would you guys be happy with Atalanta getting Champions
I
League?
want Atalanta to be the 4th team, but I've seen Inter going down to 5th place.
It's too late.
That's not too late.
It's not completely too
That's
late.
not too
but-
late, Pete. That's not too late.
Would you guys want Atalanta in Champions League?
Absolutely. I'd rather to see Inter below.
No, I see. For me, I'd rather see Inter and Milan. I mean, I said why, but
You know what it is? I like to see Milan in 4th spot because they have the history in Champions League and they're a team that invests money.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
invest money. But given that the 4th place is an automatic entry to Champions League and $40 million, I think Atalanta deserves it. If they get the chance to get fourth spot, they're automatically in Champions League, and we've seen it. They give trouble to Inter, to Juventus, to Milan. So they can definitely give trouble to European teams. The only thing that's going to be a problem is the 40 million that they get, are they willing to invest more for certain players and not sell?
And
that's the only thing.
They also can't play in their own stadium, though. They have to go to
That's true,
Sassuolo Stadium.
Why? Because it's
not
not
qualified
approved by
for
UEFA.
UEFA.
Yes,
Yeah.
but the fans in the past in Europa League, they traveled. So there shouldn't be...
Can they go to San Siro?
it's too big, I think, stadium-wise.
I don't know. I think that's
The
Reggio Emilia.
venue is, I don't think it's feasible.
That which is a little bit annoying. I'm not saying that they wouldn't deserve it. I would love to see Atalanta there. I would love to see it.
Gasparini, to me, forget about
But
it.
financially, I don't think they'll be spending as much as like
I don't
Inter
know.
would be
You have to
spending.
keep
on
Andri,
Milan.
you have to
go
keep
with
Zapata, you have to keep Papu Gomez, you have to keep Ilicic, and then you have to build on top
And
of
you
the
have to
team.
buy, which they're not going to do.
Yeah.
So it's better for the European, I think, is Inter and Milan to be there. I
You
mean,
agree?
for the Italian soccer.
Let's go to the highway robbery.
May.
Let's go to the away robbery game with that. We got this nice ref playing, number 13.
Which game you talking about? Udinese Empoli?
No, Juventus Milan.
Oh, Juventus Milan.
Milan,
What
Juventus.
was the result of that
Juventus,
one? No, Juventus Milan.
Was Juventus Milan?
Yeah, it was
right?
Juventus
Okay. I
Milan.
don't know. What was the result, Mike? Did you watch the game?
We watched the game together.
I believe Juventus won.
They did?
Yeah, I think so.
All right.
What was the score?
I don't remember watching. I
You don't
That
remember?
bad,
what-
huh? That bad.
Moise
I-
Keane's goal put this guy in the made him forget.
To be honest with you, I think that we were saying it. Even Ludovico brought it up. He said that this was Milan's real chance to get a great result because for Juventus it wasn't as important, and Milan really needed. What happened, P? You don't agree?
Wasn't as important. No, I'm saying Juventus
And
won.
no, I think what he said was if there was a time to beat Juventus
It'd be now.
or get a point. But the thing is, it's been 8 years since Juventus Stadium opened. Milan have never gotten a point.
Are
at
you
the new
rubbing it
Juventus
in or you're
Stadium.
saying it?
I'm just speaking as a fact. There's no opinion on
Who's
the
the
fact.
first team to
thought
take
you-
points away from Juventus
Oh,
Stadium? Inter with Cassano that was playing.
Casano, I'm dying. Casano, Antonio, I'm dying to know how you're feeling right now. Because
listen.
Milan could have won that. It could have
me a
tied.
second,
You know,
give
it
me a
could have. It could have went both ways.
Yeah.
So what do you think about that?
What do I think about that?
Yeah.
That was a penalty, but not by 100%.
Break down the
Was
game.
1 million
Break down the
%.
game first.
Okay, AC Milan. What do you
What
mean
happened?
breakdown?
Break down.
Okay.
What happened in the first half? What happened?
Yeah.
Well,
What do you
Milan
think?
played extremely well the first half, and even the second half up to the 10 minutes before the end of the game.
Gattuso was he,
Gattuso did his job. Did exactly what
Tactically.
needed to be done. Yeah, absolutely. The only thing that I will just make a change. The only thing that I want to make a change is just I don't want to see Cutrone coming off the bench when the game is already compromised. So Cutrone for
Shoulda
me
came sooner.
is a starter. No, Cutrone is a starter. Somehow he has to just change the formation and just either
You
sacrifice
are
it.
afraid to win.
am,
Milan
I'm
was
not.
afraid to win. You were 1-1 game.
Of
you
course.
you never brought in
Afraid to win. Of course,
Cutrone.
we're afraid to win when you're the referee not giving you a penalty.
It was a
Of course.
1-1 game, and with 30 minutes to go, you never gave a chance to Cutrone to come in and make maybe he could make the 2-1. What did you do?
He
you
called
wa-
it. To be honest, he
I
said.
was
you
here.
remember.
I was here. We were watching the game, and I said, "Why are you waiting to
Yeah.
put
Right
Cutrone?"
now,
He said
You
once it
wouldn't-
goes to 1-1, he's gonna. Once it goes to
But
2-1, he's
at
gonna
that
put
point-
Cutrone.
And I said, when this game goes to 2-1 for Juventus,
He's gonna put Cutrone.
he's going to put Cutrone. And that's exactly what he did. So what did he give Cutrone?
But
so he was reactive instead of being proactive.
No, but Juventus
Yes,
physically on the second half they had an extra step on us, especially when they came in with
Moise?
yeah, of course. So they had the extra step on us, and then I think that was the only reasons why Gattuso didn't go for Cutrone immediately. I
Listen,
think he wanted to cover a little bit more the midfield, and just he went on with Castillejo instead of putting Cutrone in.
To give out an olive branch.
Yeah.
I switched my shirt for you.
Oh,
that's what happened.
I put your pistolero shirt.
It looks good, Marco.
It looks good.
Red on black looks good on you.
No.
Oh, by the way, who scores more goal? Who scored more goal?
Pistolero.
Okay.
El pistolero.
And how much did we spend for this guy here? by the way?
45 million.
No, it was not 45.
Yeah, it was.
It was
40?
35.
40, I think
Oh.
maybe 40.
35, 40?
35
Okay, I'm
million.
sorry.
Don't start
Even
into-
better. Even better.
Okay, for 35 million
Yeah.
to 100 million,
Plus
we could have
bonus.
got three pistoleros. You guys got one without guns.
Yeah, but that guy
Without guns.
Ronaldo,
Yeah.
he just won you that Champions League game versus Atletico.
Wait,
How many-
before.
Don't
come on.
change subject.
Are you
How many
crazy?
goals did he score? How many goals did he score?
Antonio,
he has
but let's
19.
focus on Piontek.
Okay.
Because I want to focus on him. I
Yeah.
want to give him credit because I feel like you have a striker who, again, the last how many years for Milan, you haven't really had a number 9 that's had the courage. You see how he says you're afraid to win? I think that you got a guy like Piontek who has the courage to play. No matter who he's playing, he takes advantage. You see, Bonucci made a mistake. He's right there. He was always involved into the match, and he's been involved into the match the entire time.
Listen, don't forget one thing. That if Cutrone would have scored first of all against Inter the last couple of minutes, that we were trying to catch up with them because we were robbed again. Another game.
Robbed.
Yes, we were
Where?
robbed by the ref because that was not a
Mistake?
penalty. No, it was not
was a
even a
penalty.
penalty. It was not a penalty. You know it. Anyway, so
He got fouled.
so don't worry about it.
On
You
the
know
line,
it.
it's a
Everybody
foul.
else knows it. So the penalty, Castillejo didn't move their feet. The guy just went to plant the feet exactly the way Dybala did it.
No, that's a penalty.
Dybala, all he did against AC Milan, he prevented Musacchio to get to the ball because Musacchio was going cleanly on the ball.
Yes.
So Dybala, okay, what
Put
he
his
did,
foot
he said,
out.
put his foot out. He was not protecting the ball. He was protecting the leg. He was trying to get, hit me. This is the way I'm going to go
And
down.
Musacchio did it.
This way I'm going to go down and get the penalty. Now, on the other hand, AC Milan, that he had a clean penalty with a guy with his arm. Hey, I'm here. Hello. Hit me. Boom. The ball hits the hand. The ball was away. The hand was away from his body. They go to the VAR. So what happened after that? So
That's what we're going to talk about right now. About
you're telling me that that's not a penalty?
the penalty not given on Alexandro, which was the game was 0-0 at that point.
Hello?
It happened
Yeah.
early. I think Çalhanoğlu had the cross in. It hits Alexandro. You could see it from this angle. It looked a little bit worse than when you see the reverse. You see it hits him between the elbow and the shoulder. But after reviewing, and I agree with what Peter was saying too, which is from the penalties that were given this season, based off of the consistency of the call, I think it should have been called as a penalty kick, as a handball.
That
penalty
changed.
kick.
That changed the dynamic of the game.
Well, I don't know about that.
Well,
It
Piontek
did.
Piontek scored right after.
Doesn't matter.
No, but it didn't change it.
Doesn't matter.
I don't know about that, but I think
that ref didn't make any calls on AC Milan. I think he got so
we'll,
rattled
we'll
out.
talk about all of them. But real quick, around the table, penalty.
Of
Handball?
course, it's a penalty.
I think it was a penalty.
1,000%.
I think it's a penalty.
But once again, the handball is one of the most difficult thing for the referee to decide whether it's because the rules are not clear. You need to make the rule very clear because there's a lot of subjectivity on the handball.
Yeah.
So
for sure.
he was on the way of going down. So as you go down, I mean, I have to protect myself. So my hand is going to be like this. It's not that his hand was like this. His hand was close to his body. I mean, if you look at this part here, because I think that's what they looked. Look at this part here. I think it was close. So he's going on the floor. I mean,
Sliding, yeah.
He's sliding. What is he going to do? He has to protect in a certain way his fall. So the ball hits him. To me, I need to change the rule. The rule is not clear. You either make it every handball, it's a foul. So it's very clear. Every time you touch the ball with your hand, it's a foul, whether it's intention or no intention. Because like this, it's very subjective. I'm sure the guys that were upstairs in the VAR, they had some doubts. That's why it took so long for them to make a decision.
4 minutes.
And then they told the referee, hey, you better go watch it yourself. Because I think the people in the VAR must have said, this is a penalty. So that's why
It was probably mixed reviews.
Or maybe
yeah.
mixed. Maybe somebody was saying it was a penalty and somebody was not saying it was a penalty. And that's my biggest problem with VAR and with the referee. When you see something and two referee, one says it's a penalty and one says it's not a penalty.
There's an issue with the rule.
That is and I heard the comments after the game. Professional soccer player, some said it was a penalty, some said it wasn't a penalty. It shouldn't be like that. It's either a penalty or it's not a penalty. So make the rule very clear so that there is no subjectivity and you don't have to interpret the foul.
I agree with that. But real quick, real quick.
Make the
One second,
decision?
real
That's
quick,
what I
one
don't
second,
get.
one second, real quick.
That's a different. You always bring up that point.
No, it is the
We're not talking
important
about who makes the decision. Right now we're talking about the interpretation. It's subjectivity. When there's a handball, there's a lot of subjectivity on the call because the rule is not clear. You're talking about something else. You always bring up the same. one guy should make it. Oh, there's 5 guys. If 3 say it's a penalty and 2 say it's not a penalty, then it's a penalty. We're not talking about that. If 3 say it's a penalty and 2 say it's not a penalty, you got 5 referees and they can even decide what's a penalty and what's a penalty. That's the problem.
Well, okay. I believe that the rule says that interpretation matters unless the ball was directly going inside the net. So I think that that's where the complication comes in, where he's saying that it's either anything that hits, or then you have how high is it extended, and then you have how close is the guy, because that's also General almost just scored. Wow. That's also no, he didn't save it. That's also part of it. If the guy's 2 feet away from you and then your arm's extended, they say, oh no, he's way too close for it to count. So as far as you explained it. Antonio feels hard.
On your favor, it's okay. Everything is good, right?
No, but we're not saying it's good.
Didn't,
Well, he
But
was
we're not
saying it was a penalty.
I said it was a penalty. But
too.
even when we were watching it, I said, because I know if you put yourself in somebody else's shoes, if that happened against you, you would say it should be a penalty. And I think we've seen this season, even with Inter. There was the last minute that you guys got a penalty against you, right? It hit the shoulder, So,
like I said, I think that the rule needs to be fixed. Gaetano's 100% correct. Too many times we leave it up to the interpretation of the ref and not by the word of the rule. The only thing is, it's a harsh penalty to call, but we've seen it game in, game
before.
out.
And it has to be
not even
consistent.
given. It's always given. There's always the handball, a little extended. I remember also Milan. Do you remember Milan? I don't know, was it 2 years ago? With the handball in the box in the last minute. They called it. And the guy's hands were,
very
first
close.
off, the distance was from here to Gaetano. Dani Alves kicks the ball, hits the guy's hand, and they gave the penalty.
I remember Manolasco,
So,
he slid tackle and his hands were
The,
back.
the, the thing is, if it's consistently called and it's not, I can understand that it's harsh, but you have to call it. You have to.
it's not like it was completely, like Gaetano was saying, it was a little close to him. I feel like it was more extended than usual. If it was more to his body, I probably wouldn't say it was a
Yeah,
penalty.
but
But it was kind of, I get what you're saying. He was slide
You can't
tackling
harp
too.
on that
No,
because
I get that.
it should have been this much closer, that much farther away. You
But if it was attached to his body,
You'll
I
never
don't
figure
think
out
it would be a
it's
penalty.
not. You can't
But
dive.
that's true.
You have to slide.
Are you
Like
gonna
that. You have to
fall?
slide.
Are you gonna fall with
Your arms are
But
good.
who cares
Yeah.
about falling?
It's a natural.
It's
I
a
think
natural
John-
position.
I get-
cares. Listen, Gaetano, nobody cares whether you're falling, whether you can fall with your hands down or with your head first or with your butt first. You are having your hands away from your body. The ball hits you over there. That's a penalty. I don't care if you fall or if you fly or if you take a trip, a round trip to Honolulu. I don't
No,
care.
I get what Antonio's saying.
No.
Because they do teach you to put your hands behind when you're in the box.
They teach you to put your hands in your back when the ball's coming in, not
Okay.
when you slide.
I get that. I get that. But
impossible.
I'm
No,
saying,
you
like
can't
that.
slide with your hands behind your back. You hold your hands behind your back when the cross
I think
is
it
in,
was.
when you're
I think it
defending
was
the box.
slightly
I
a
know.
little too extended, but it's a difficult thing. As you can see, we're so like.
If you had to vote penalty,
1,000%.
Yeah, I think a penalty.
penalty,
think
I
it
would
was
say penalty based off this. You say no penalty?
The way the rule is written right now, I don't like it. Should be changed.
But
So
would
what
you
do you
give it a
think?
penalty or no?
And probably not.
Penalty.
Again, we have 5 people. One, so that the same issue comes. If he's the one that's deciding it and his interpretation is different,
Yeah, we're gonna
again,
send
you go
him-
back to
we're
the
gonna Send
rules.
him to a shrink. That's what we're gonna do.
There was a I think that the referee before the match, I remember there was questions about this referee who I saw a journalist, an Italian journalist, tweet out saying that he doesn't have the character to be able to referee a match like this, because I think that we saw he had multiple mistakes across the entire match. That maybe he didn't handle the game well, and there's actually going to be Gattuso's meeting with Rizzoli, who's the head of the referees tomorrow, and maybe Leonardo too, to discuss the if it was correct, if it wasn't correct, and to figure out why certain calls were given and why they were not given. I mean, there was one Mandzukic could have also been sent off. There was Musacchio could have been sent off. There was Keane's goal that I still don't know where the foul was. There was a few that I was very confused about, to be honest with you. And I think that the referee did not do a good job at handling the match. And I don't remember ever watching this referee officiate a match.
never.
For some reason, I don't remember. I could be
Yeah,
wrong.
well, that I agree that the referee did not do a good job.
Yeah, I don't think he.
I-
I think maybe he got nervous or something. You kind of got to give this to a more experienced referee.
I think I
for
saw
such a big
someone
match.
that they said they're gonna give him some time off. He's not gonna be
Yeah,
officiating
they
a
usually
bigger
do
match
that.
for a
No,
while.
I
so-
think
After
he.
the game is over, he should send him on vacation. Actually, forget about that time off. Just pay his vacation and just stay there.
Now, let me just get back to
ridiculous.
The game. Can we talk about the game though?
No,
Wait,
let me just get
finish
a
that.
quick
We'll
thing.
talk about the game.
If you apply the rule, that's probably a penalty. Okay. Now, what I believe, I don't believe that it's a penalty because I don't like the rule.
Okay, I got you.
Alright,
So we all
so-
said penalty.
So you see, the
Technically, we
the
all said
shrink-
penalty.
The shrink fixed him already. That was quick. What is that? A minute?
What about the Dybala penalty? But because that's
No, that's a penalty.
That's a penalty.
That's a
yeah, but he looked for it.
I know, but-
Yeah, he did.
100%.
Yeah, I know,
Yeah,
but he
but
did it
that-
smart though.
He does
did
it
smart.
all
That
the
was a-
time.
That was a
Yeah, he
penalty.
throws
he
his
protects
legs
the
first.
ball.
And
This
gets
one,
fouled.
guys, that's crazy
a
to say
bad-
that this is not a
No,
penalty.
it was. Even though he was looking for it, I get it, but that happens so many times. People always look for them and they get them.
It's not like
he got contact.
no,
He
that
got-
one.
he got
I
enough
can't
contact
find
on
a way.
It
I
was-
agree with the handball, but I can't see that.
Dybala was very smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay.
No, he was looking for it.
You think it's not a penalty?
And the defender.
No, I'm saying by rule it's penalty, but I just hate to see that the guy just goes into extends his leg
They do that. Yeah,
and
I
he
know.
gets the foul. You know,
Yeah, the
it's,
defender was
No, but
very,
Musaki-
very bad defending. The guy is going away from the goal. There's no
Oh,
way that he
don't
can
challenge,
score from
yeah.
there. I mean,
on
Dybala
your
was
feet.
very smart to put his leg
Yeah.
because he saw
He
that the
saw
guy
the
was going to
guy.
go get the ball. I put my leg over there. You're going to kick me.
This happens
and I'm
every
gonna
time.
Go down.
If you ever watch
yeah, versus Empoli. Same
No,
thing.
but not just
I
in the
mean-
box. It happens all. If you watch like guys like experience like Totti and Quagliarella,
Sure.
they always they put their body right when the guy's coming in.
Yeah,
I
of
used to watch
course.
it when
Yeah.
I was playing because I admired how well they could control the ball. They put their body, boom, you hit them,
the foul.
foul.
Of course.
Always, 100% of the time. Whenever they're really smart. So that one I don't agree with.
I think
if
that-
we talk about the football,
If you talk about the game,
oh my god, Napoli almost scored.
what a
That was
chance
cool
by
Bali.
Napoli.
Was it?
Holy shit.
I mean, if you're
85th
talking
minute, still
about
1-1.
the game, Milan did a good job in the first half. I thought that they played well. In the second half, they did a terrible job. I think the defenders should be shot. I mean, the mistakes that they made on the penalty, and then the other one.
Calabria made a mistake.
I
just
mean,
clearing the
you're
ball
on
the
the,
middle.
you're by the side and you put the ball in the middle. I
Yeah.
mean, in elementary school, they tell you never give the ball into the middle, go
Yeah.
to the side. I mean, if you give the ball to the side, so very very bad mistakes by AC Milan. And as I told you before, Milan did not have and Gattuso did not have the pelotas to go for the win. When you were 1-1, you put Cutrone and you go for the win.
Well, I guess AC Milan was looking for a tie, so that's why.
There was bad
Cutrone
defending
didn't
even
come
from
into the
from
picture.
Juventus too. Bonucci was disastrous defending. I don't know
on
what the guy's
on
doing.
On the goal, he made a
Yeah,
mistake.
maybe a
A
mistake.
huge
But
mistake. Huge
going back to
mistake.
that, I don't think Milan's looking for the tie. It's just that they're not looking to really
Overextend.
expose themselves. So
Yeah.
they rather play the game out.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And you still look for a win, but you don't risk anything.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think that's a better interpretation. But again, for El Pistolero, the kid is good. We got the shirts now available at ItalianFootballTV.com.
Do we have a sale on the
There's
shirt?
no sale.
Sale.
No.
Guys, I'm sorry.
There's not that many left. So if you want one, get it quick. Antonio's gonna wear them all. He's making us print them only for him. But yeah, I think that the guy is good. The guy's a great player, but you also need guys around him who could help him out and who could service him a little bit more. I would say your defense is a big problem. And then as far as Juventus, we got to talk about Moise Kean. This kid is what a week for him. 5 goals in the last 5 games. I think 8 goals in his last 13 in all competitions. The kid finished the ball off in a beautiful way, stayed cool, calm, collected. Brilliant finish. And I'm happy for him, considering everything that's happened to him recently. You know, after this, I'm happy that he's able to put the ball in the back of the net. I think he should be starting all these last games, personally. I think he should be, but he's not. Yeah, I really like this kid. I think he's got the character, and Juventus need to really nurture him well.
Listen, against Ajax, you better put a player like that inside because Ajax, the speed that they have and the way the tempo that they use on the pitch. See, this guy here it could be a perfect match to start him.
Well,
you know?
Also, we have to talk about Dybala. I don't know if you guys saw. If you don't watch the game, you might not have noticed. But Dybala was taken out, I want to say 65th minute. He was who did he put in for Dybala? Do you guys remember?
Check it. I gotta check.
When Dybala came in,
Who went in? 'Cause-
when Dybala went out,
Dybala went out
was it-
66 minute,
Yeah.
and Moise Kean came in.
It was Moise
Yeah,
Kean.
Moise Kean.
You could see that that Dybala was very, very,
Yeah, he was
very,
upset.
very upset. He was shaking his
He
head.
just scored a goal. It's just to tie the game. So.
He threw his wristband on the floor, and the kid felt hard done. Even when he was walking inside, when he was walking on the bench, he was shaking his head. He was mouthing some stuff, and I think he feels hard done because this season has not been great for him. He's struggled to find time. He was pretty invisible for the whole game. Besides the penalty kick that he really did well, he was a little bit invisible. But I was very upset at Allegri for taking him off. I thought it was a good opportunity. Take Bernardeschi off, who was also not having a good game. Let the kid play a little bit. Let Dybala play. Unless he was looking to start him against Ajax, which I don't think that was it. I think Juventus risk a lot to break the relationship with Allegri and Dybala. I think that the relationship is not there.
But Allegri to me is going to go regardless of that. So he's taking his revenge, quote unquote, on Dybala because Dybala, he kind of disrespected him in front of everybody else because you don't make that kind of a gesture. You take your wristband, you throw it on the floor like that.
I don't think that's
so
the big
they
point.
probably know that something is already all set on.
It seemed like that for multiple years.
One of them or both of them, they are on the departing block. So they're gonna go.
Allegri is the boss. He makes the decisions, and he made the right decision. Moise Kean came on, he scored a goal.
I don't know if it was the right decision though.
The point is, he makes a decision. So the fact that it's revenge against Dybala. If he didn't like Dybala, he wouldn't be playing.
No, I don't think. I agree that I don't think it's that.
I'm not
But
saying
maybe the friction is bad, but
the friction
I'm not
is
saying
there,
the
though.
revenge in
But
terms of.
this is not the first time.
It's always been a friction between the two of them.
Between Allegri and Dybala. Dybala didn't do anything in this game, but like Marco was saying, if you want to give him some trust, between the coach and the player, hey, let him finish the game. Maybe he can score the 2-1, and that could come out because that's how forwards are. Forwards, when they don't score, they get down, they get depressed, and then So it's a lot. When you score a goal, that does a lot for you. Allegri was ready to change him 30 seconds before he scored the goal, before the penalty. Moise Kean was already on the sideline. If the ball would have gone out, Dybala would have come out. So, because he scored the goal, he kept them there maybe another minute or two. But, sometimes you got to give some trust to this player who's struggling all year. The guy's got talent, but you could see that there is something between Allegri and Dybala,
100%.
and that they don't get along. But going back to Moise Kean, I want to say, because I wasn't here on the last podcast, I want to say something that happened when on the game before where they booed him. Moise Kean did not do anything wrong. The fans did something wrong, because if you boo somebody because of the color of their skin, because if you make a mistake and somebody whistles at you, that's there's nothing. That's fine.
That's normal, yeah.
But if somebody makes a mistake, or you boo because the color of your skin, then there's
That's
something
bad.
wrong with
That is
that.
bad.
That's
And those
disgraceful.
people that do not belong on the field, and I agree 100% with Allegri what he said. You have the technology, you have the cameras, you know who they are. There's a name on their ticket. When you buy a ticket, they put your name on it. You went to the stadium. Did you have to show your passport?
Sure.
Was your name on the ticket? You know the section, you know who's sitting there. You can even go the next day and pick them up at home and say, hey, you will never be allowed in the stadium again.
I agree with that. I agree. And to be honest, I also see his perspective where he's like, yo, you guys want to boo me all game? Right here. I did it with my feet. And I like that reaction. But again, we talked about this a lot. Everybody else here gave their opinion. And also, great job by... What does it say about a 19-year-old who has his head on his shoulders so much that he's still able to continue scoring and continue to show the right attitude as a boy? I mean, he's still...
Yeah. He has
he's
that
a kid.
hard work,
He's a kid.
talent,
I think it's
consistency.
it's great for Italy.
I like to see him next to Balotelli.
Where?
For
For
Azzurri?
Italy? Yeah.
yeah.
That'd be
I thought you were going to
interesting.
say Milan. I thought you were going to say.
Wow.
You take him too, though, Milan.
We
right?
almost got him. We almost got him.
what they say.
That's what they said too.
He's a Milan fan, though. He was a Milan
said
fan.
that this guy was on the AC Milan radar, and for the last minute they pulled the plug on it.
I heard that about Ronaldo, Messi. You can keep the players going.
Tevez, they were out for dinner. with him.
Aguero.
Aguero.
Aguero went on in the restaurant.
Hey, no, Tevez.
Tevez or Aguero?
Tevez was in the restaurant. Maybe Aguero they were talking about. I know.
And then he went
That's
to
it.
Juventus the next day.
Game over. Napoli, Genoa, 1-1. The Scudetto is still on. I can't believe Genoa won. I mean, yeah, so, Peter. I'm just saying the Scudetto's not won today. Sorry. I saw your face. You're right. I
I
should
hope you're not
clarify.
going to get the press. You lose sleep over this.
I said the Scudetto is still on. I meant
If Napoli lost today, Juventus would have been
won.
mathematically champions.
Right.
it's a good thing that we continue the podcast. But I can't believe with 10 men, Genoa.
They had some chances, Napoli. They
Yeah,
had two.
but
Yo,
Genoa had chances too.
Napoli should have scored. Napoli
Holy
should have
shit.
scored.
Napoli right now, their only focus is Arsenal on Thursday.
On Thursday. So as far as the game, I think that we already said everything that needed to be said. For Milan, I don't think that you could say it's such a disappointing loss because you're playing the top of the table. They have a lot of quality. Even though Ronaldo's not there, Chiellini's not there, Pjanic didn't start. Oh, by the way, Pjanic, you see this guy comes in, steals the ball right away, gives the assist.
Pjanic Calabria messed up though, right?
Oh, well, you got to take advantage.
No, I'm not saying
it's like
that.
taking away from Piontek because Bonucci
No,
messed
I'm not
up.
taking away.
You can't take it away.
The game definitely could have went either way. I thought Milan played pretty good, but the second half, I feel like Antonio was saying, they did take a step down. But
Let's move on.
I think that's Gattuso.
Mike, get some
One
questions?
of the Gattuso point, I think, is going to have to just regulate a little bit the level of energy that the team has or puts on the field. Because, if you go too strong in the first half and then you end up finishing up, short of breath at the second half, that's the most important time of the game that you, especially when you're down or if you need to win the game, you have to just be able to manage your level of energies. So I will just work on into this kind of aspect. It's either you have a team that can actually do a full press for 90 minutes, or you just don't make them run their lungs out, and then you let them without any gas on the last 10-15 minutes, which is that's when you end up losing or compromising the game. So
Well, the good thing for Milan is that the results surrounding them, all happen to be in their favor, where no one really jumped over you guys. So you still have your destiny in your hand, considering you still have to play versus Lazio and Atalanta. So
we'll still
in
have
it.
our eyes on the third place, which I think is pretty much
third place. Man, let's
which
shop
is
at
pretty
it.
much
Leave the third place alone. Fourth place.
Concentrate
Get
on
the Champions League
on the
first.
Champions League getting fourth place.
Well, unless we get another 7 referees that they already got their mindset that they're not going to call any penalties on us and all the stuff. Then
Oh, but it goes both ways. There's also
it always goes against us.
That's not true. In the Coppa Italia, there's a screenshot. It was also handball from Zapata. Ronaldo hits the ball, but he's close, and the guy's arm is all the way out here. But the right call is the right call. But sometimes they make mistakes, and I think we've seen it for every team. There's a tally of who's got the most mistakes. And you see it every single time. I'm not agreeing with it. Even I don't know. All of our friends in our group message have been fighting because Liverpool. I don't know if you guys saw Liverpool. Salah got an offside goal. He was very offside. They don't have VAR.
And they don't have VAR,
But
yeah,
the linesman's like this. The linesman's right here.
Yeah.
Salah is right where the camera is, and he's staring like this. And Salah's all the way over here, and he still got the call wrong. Which even without technology, I thought it should have been a very simple call.
If it's
for
going to
them.
be a ref that is going to be punished and sacked from the from the group of refs in Serie A, it's going to be the one that is going to have the punish AC Milan. This is what I feel like. It's like AC Milan is going to get the Romero. What was the name of that ref that when we played over there in Korea? What was the one that Romero, right?
Brian Moreno.
That guy
Okay.
was stopped from refing, not even a kindergarten game. He said that was your last game and that's it. It's over for you.
Listen, you listen to what your coach said,
Yeah.
okay?
He's
What
the
did he
coach.
say?
No, listen to what your coach says. You say you look up to Gattuso.
Yeah.
Okay, so listen to what he says instead of saying what you're saying. Okay? Gattuso says that there was no malafede. There was nothing.
What is he gonna say?
Bad faith.
What is he going to say?
There was no bad faith.
What is he going to
Well,
say?
Leonardo
Okay.
agreed that it was wrong call.
Okay,
Leonardo
so,
said that it's not.
Yeah, but you can make a mistake.
yeah.
So that's
but-
why you have to accept.
But Gattuso, I think that Milan right now, you got to vote. You got 7 games left. Champions League is the obligation. You have to get Champions League, especially for Gattuso. I think if Gattuso doesn't get Champions League, the job is not going to be kept. We could agree on that for the most part.
And who would you get for instead of Gattuso?
That's a very good question. It's a very good
you
question.
have to see what you have available to yourself.
Ranieri?
Maybe Leonardo can step in and just do the
Maybe you can
coaching
get
himself.
Mourinho, your favorite coach.
Yeah, definitely. I'm going to call them up.
I don't know what you would
Conte
do.
is there.
Conte, I don't think he wants to coach AC Milan.
Sarri is there. I
Sarri,
don't think he's
no,
gonna stay in
please.
Chelsea.
Conte-
I don't think
Sarri
he's
will
gonna stay
turn
in Chelsea.
Milan into
Conte is going to Inter.
a top team.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Conte or Allegri is going to Inter. Because
I don't
of
think
Marotta.
Allegri.
Maybe.
I think Conte.
Can you imagine Allegri goes? Ooh,
Nah, no, I
you
don't
never
think-
know.
I don't think
can
it
see
would
it.
happen. Hey, you never know, but no.
No, Allegri's not going
I
to
think even with Milan,
it.
I think
You got
any
questions,
coach
Mike?
would be excited to
get a
coach
feel.
Milan.
Such as, for example, any coach. What do you
No,
mean
I'm
for any
saying
coach?
Gasperini.
A Conte,
Gasperini,
Gianpaolo.
any
Yes,
any
yes.
high caliber coach would be interested in coaching Milan.
It's a Milan.
But even the players available, you guys don't have a bad team. Just a matter of pulling some, string of results. I think very exciting team. They're young, a lot strong back line.
No.
You're
Maybe
also
a
getting
couple pieces of
your
midfield.
first full summer with
you need
Maldini and Leonardo.
You need
That's
two
very important.
fullbacks. The fullbacks, they're atrocious.
But
Well,
you have
Conte,
Conte,
if
Calabria.
Okay, but
these are,
Conte, I don't see him play.
Yeah,
He
he's
hasn't
injured.
played
Yeah.
in the last 2 days.
But when he does,
he's been
Caldara.
out.
What about Caldara? That beauty
How
that we
long
got
has
from
he been
Juventus.
Yeah, a long time.
A long
That
time.
He
So
long
you need
time.
two
Yeah,
yeah.
fullbacks.
A
You got-
I
midfielder.
think you need a midfielder.
In the attack.
Someone with quality. Because
a center back.
Even both Milans, they have quantity, but they don't have quality in their midfield.
Listen, Bonaventura,
There's
if he comes
nobody
back,
that
if
regista
Bonaventura comes back, Bonaventura's got a lot of quality and quantity too. So
and quantity.
He fills a boat.
Bonaventura has got both. He's got it all. So
He's still not the next caliber
I'm
player.
sure that if they make the Champions League, they'll spend some money.
Like a Barella type like that.
Yeah,
a guy like that.
They'll get that. I mean, Maldini's there. Leonardo, they know
Yeah,
who
no,
to get.
that's what.
Questions.
Yeah, let's move on
Let's
to
go
questions.
Should we talk about relegation?
Yeah. Take a few questions. Is there a relegation question?
No, I don't have a relegation one. Should we look at the thing right now, real quick?
yeah, look.
Okay. Let's look at the table. So we got in 20th place, we got Chievo Verona, 11
Okay.
points are going
That's it.
down.
Is it mathematical? It should be mathematical.
I don't think
wait,
so,
no?
not yet. 19th place, Frosinone.
They play tomorrow.
Frosinone got the win today. They're in 23 points.
Frosinone is really they're holding on like this. They're on the top of the mountain, but they got both hands there.
Pinamonti's guiding that team.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
Pinamonti.
Does he play for?
Yeah.
Who?
Frosinone.
Pinamonti.
Chievo
Plays
is-
for Frosinone,
Yeah,
but where is he
Chievo
from?
is definitely in
Where is he
Serie B.
He's from Inter.
Inter.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He's on
Then he's
loan.
going down.
But Bologna, if they win tomorrow,
Yeah, Bologna, Chievo.
Bologna,
It's a big
Chievo.
important game.
they'll go over Empoli.
Yeah, they're going to hop over.
Chievo have nothing to lose.
Chievo is in Serie B. No,
Yeah,
no.
Chievo's.
Yeah, Chievo's.
11 points.
If Frosinone could do it, that'd be pretty incredible. If they
I don't
get,
think that they'll be able to just
Me
because
neither,
there's
me
such a
neither.
quantity of teams that have to. A lot of stuff needs to go in your favor.
Yeah.
Plus, you have to see who they're going to face.
We saw.
now at the end,
How many
so-
of the big teams did we say were playing Frosinone?
Yeah.
We
All of
mentioned
them.
a lot of big
Dude, but these
teams.
smaller teams are winning and
Yeah,
getting
but,
results.
but
they're getting
playing
points.
the teams that need to get fourth place.
That's true.
You know,
That's
those
true.
those are very hard games. Very hard games.
That's true.
I think we made our predictions before, right?
I think we did a
Yeah.
last podcast.
Udinese got a big win versus Empoli.
Bologna's going to say
Jump
Three,
be
two.
safe.
out of the.
I hope
jump
Bologna's
out of
gonna be
the
Crazy
relegation
first half. They scored
You
5 goals
didn't.
the first
You
half.
didn't give your bottom three because you weren't here.
Who do you
we
think's
gave
going down to
ours.
Serie B?
Oh, Verona, Frosinone, and Empoli.
Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah.
Three out of okay.
Yeah, three.
Okay.
Mike, questions.
Yeah, let's go
What
on
we
to
got?
questions. The first one from Fino alla fine. Marco, this is guided towards you a little bit because they're talking about Moise Kean.
Yes.
They said, is Kean good enough to start against Ajax or is better as a sub?
No.
Listen, Kean's on fire right now. All the ball's coming to him. The goals are coming to him.
Are we considering that Ronaldo's okay to play? Since right now it seems like he should be playing. No.
Okay, give me both. Give me both. If Ronaldo doesn't play or if he does play.
No. I don't think that. I think you do have to study your opponent based off who it goes. But Moise, he should come off the bench. I think that either way he should
So
come
he,
off the bench.
he shouldn't start in any circumstance?
No, I wouldn't start him. I wouldn't start him right now.
Wow. What do you guys think?
I agree. I think he's a spark off the bench.
Yeah.
Why?
So not a starter?
No, right now he doesn't have to be a starter. If
Okay.
Juventus needs,
fair.
he can come on and he can change the game with his pace, with his strength,
Which
and
he's
his
been doing.
goal scoring ability. So
I would put him on Bernardeschi's spot.
Right wing or something?
If Ronaldo doesn't start, I would start him.
Okay. No, I agree with you, Gaetano. Let's go to the next question. BO_3ABD. Okay. Do you think Atalanta could hold their key players if they stick to a Champions League spot? That's a pretty good question. I'm going to go with a yes. I think Gasperini is going to be like, guys, we made Champions League. Let's make a story together. Let's stay.
Maybe they're not going to sell a lot, but they might sell one or two Top Gun and then get.
You think?
Oh yeah,
That's the most important, though. They sell Zapata.
They already have people
I say they
on
stay.
the sidelines.
If they get Champions League, they'll
Yeah,
stay.
that's what
If
I
they get
agree.
Champions League, if they get Europa League.
Yeah, I think Champions League is a big factor because you got 40 million to play with, and then also what can happen while you're playing in the group stage. The only guy that's really on the market would be Duvan Zapata. Everyone else, you don't see
What
these
about
big
Papu
numbers.
Gomez? Papu Gomez.
He already
He's
rejected
old.
a huge
But the
money
thing is-
offer from
The thing is,
China.
he's old. No one's gonna spend big money besides China. So if he has ambition to play in
There's
Champions League,
Mancini. They have a few good defenders.
yes, they
like
do.
that,
But
young guys. Hateboer.
But how much
Yeah,
are
yeah.
teams offering? So in that case, if you're getting 40 million from Champions League, you can hold off on a sale for a year.
Right. Yeah, I agree with that.
No, I think Champions League is huge.
Yeah.
It's huge.
The only guy that I see is Zapata.
Yeah.
Because he can go for big money.
But
after
even
the year
him,
that he's had.
again, if he's guaranteed to play in Champions
Oh, yeah.
League, and you're already doing so well in Bergamo, I don't see any reason for him
Why
to
not?
go to Inter or to go to anywhere else. I
go
think
on
that
the
he should
bench.
stay.
The predictions for the next match, Milan versus Lazio.
Milan win.
I say tie.
1-0. AC Milan.
Who is it going to be?
1-0.
Who's it going to be?
I think this time is going to be Cutrone.
Well, from where? From the bench?
Yes.
Yeah, Lazio beat Inter and Milano, so now they're gonna lose. Milan is gonna win.
Oh wow. Thanks, man.
I think it's such a hard game to predict.
Oh,
Yeah, it is.
But you got to
It's
give your
like-
prediction.
gotta
You're
give
not
something.
going
because-
anywhere until you say it.
After they beat Inter, I would say, wow, Lazio's going to be good because they're going to be able to make a good run. But it's just like...
They're stumbling the past couple of games.
But,
But
so
maybe
is
they'll make
Milan.
up for it.
But
That's
so is
true.
Milan.
That's true.
Milan
That's
hasn't done
They're not in the
much
best
anything.
moment.
So that's why it's going to be even more
I
interesting.
think maybe home field advantage, Milan wins.
Wow.
Wow.
We all-
My God.
he didn't say what he wanted.
I was telling Pete, maybe I said Pete is going to say minimum 3-0 Lazio.
But Pete also said that he wanted Milan to get in fourth place. Remember,
Okay.
me and Pete were saying that Mike and Ludo want Lazio. So
Okay,
we're
don't worry,
with
don't
you.
get the press, Pete, if
We're
we don't get
with
on
you.
fourth place.
He's getting mad. Go. Mike.
Okay, last question from Michael. He said, who do you think will finish Serie's top goal scorer this season?
Ooh, interesting.
I'm going with Zabatone. I think Zapata.
Zabatone.
Yeah, I think Zapata is gonna. I'm just gonna go with a little surprise.
To refresh, Piontek is at 21, Quagliarella is at 21, Duvan Zapata is at 20, and Ronaldo's at 19, and then Milik's at 16. But that's too
Go.
far. I'll say Piontek. I say Piontek.
Okay.
I want Quagliarella, man. This
Now who I want.
Who
Now
you
who I
think?
want.
Yeah.
Beautiful story. I think he can
Because
do
I
it.
want Manolas if we're saying who you want. You know what I'm saying? So you want Fabio? You think he is though?
Fabio's going to get a nice hat trick in one of these games.
Okay,
And
I
push
can
himself
see
out of
that.
the
That would
league.
be
Okay.
What do you say?
I can see that.
Yeah, I could see. I could see Piontek winning it, but I would love to see Fabio Quagliarella.
Okay, I'll rephrase my answer. I want Quagliarella, but I think that Piontek will.
I want Manolas, but I think Zapata will go.
No, Piontek, he might, this time, with some luck, he might take
And
it.
it's going to be the goal that gives Milan fourth place. I'm going to go as far to say that. He's going to be the crucial guy.
I'm getting excited. I'm ready for next round already.
I think the most exciting stuff. Well, I don't know, but
Man,
Juventus people are winning every
What do you mean?
weekend.
You should be thanking me. I didn't make a bet. I didn't even make the bet with
That
you.
penalty.
He said it
should've
was a
got that
penalty,
bet.
though. He did say
I said
it was a penalty.
I'm not the referee.
You should have called him. I said, that's a penalty.
Yeah. Next time I'll get his
Give
number.
the number.
By
We'll
the
put it
way,
on the podcast.
Just for the record,
Yeah.
boy.
I passed by Antonio's house.
No flag.
He had an Inter flag, a Juventus flag, and a Roma flag hanging from his house.
No, but on the real, the flag is still there.
Yeah, we're gonna do.
We're gonna do it today.
Listen, I'll tell you what, my prediction is going to be, forget about Piontek and this and that. My prediction is Inter is not going to make the Champions League.
Oh,
And you're gonna make a bet on that.
make a bet.
You're gonna have to paint your house Nerazzurri.
No.
You got to paint your house now.
Before you make and before you make another bet, you have to respect the last bet.
Oh, that's true, guys.
But didn't you see the Inter flag outside the house?
Okay, so-
I did.
I want the Inter flag, but I want a picture. I didn't take a picture.
Okay, all right. Just come over there as soon as we finish podcast.
I
We're
wanna
going to take a picture.
No,
I'm being serious.
I'm not gonna put the address. Just the
No. We're
Guys, if
gonna
you
blur.
want to come, we'll put the address so they can come watch it too, right?
We'll do the flag raising ceremony.
Before we go, we have Champions League and Europa League. Wednesday, Ajax Juventus. What's the prediction?
It's in Torino.
No, it's in
Amsterdam.
I would say Ajax 1-0.
Ooh,
I'm sorry, 1-0 Ajax.
I think
And
a
then
tie.
Juventus is going to come
With a
back,
false penalty.
1-0 Ajax, I would say.
I think a tie.
1-0 Juventus.
2-0 Juventus.
I say 1-1 or 2-2. I say a tie.
Okay.
By the way, what are we gonna do for? I have to get my wisdom tooth pulled out on Thursday.
Oh,
I got both of them Thursday.
wow.
I won't be able to talk for like 3 days.
We gotta do a podcast right after the Juventus
We either do a
game.
podcast there or you guys do it without me after the Napoli game.
Now we need your reaction.
So then we have to do it Wednesday.
We'll do it right after the game.
Yeah,
We'll
just
try
write
to
it down.
do
I will say it for you. Just write it down
Type
on a pad and we'll talk.
I guess we'll see
for
what
you.
the schedule. What our
Listen,
schedules are on
if
Wednesday.
Juventus wins, you'll be able to talk.
Wow.
That's true. Thursday. Wait, 1 second. Thursday. Arsenal. Napoli.
Napoli Arsenal.
Napoli Arsenal. I'm sorry.
Arsenal, yeah.
That's a tough game too. But Napoli 1-0.
Agree with you, Antonio.
I think it's going to be a tie, and I'm scared it's going to be a high-scoring tie.
No,
which is not
1-0.
gonna be
1-0.
good.
Napoli, they have to take full advantage at home because Arsenal at home
Oh wait, I'm
is
sorry.
a strong
2-0.
team. It's a strong team.
I hope you're right.
So I'm gonna go with a 2-0 win for Napoli also.
Thank you.
I like that, guys. I like the optimism behind it.
Yeah, Napoli's going to win.
Wow, everybody but me said
Ooh,
it.
Arsenal lost to Everton today, by the way, in the Premier League.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Arsenal-
you're right.
Arsenal
They did.
lost to
They're
Everton.
probably resting
Lost
guys
1-0.
like
Yeah,
freaking
maybe.
Napoli.
No, they had Ozil playing, Mkhitaryan.
They had them?
Yeah.
So
The only guy that was
Cavani's
really rested was Aubameyang.
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 One of mine.
He's good. That's the thing I'm nervous about with Napoli. I think it's gonna come down to the defense. Scares me. The defense still scares me.
Ancelotti, I think he knows
Insigne's
what
gonna
he's
be back,
doing.
though.
I think Ancelotti.
But I
has
do
his
agree
game.
with you that I think that this is Ancelotti's way to show in the competition,
Exactly.
guys, I know how to handle this team. I know how to
100%.
guide us to getting there. And if you can overcome, I think same thing how Juventus overcame Atletico, such a tough opponent. I think if Napoli can overcome Arsenal, the sky is the limit for them.
100%.
And they can really go on and do something.
Wait, a couple more things, guys. Keep reading the podcast with with
Keep
what?
going.
With 5 stars and
5
then
stars.
Don't worry about if you lost your job, if you're depressed, or if your wife she's complaining about that you don't do anything right or whatever. So keep watching us.
Sounds like a personal
Keep
problem.
watching us. We're all here for you because we are on the same boat. It is what it is. So
Tell them about the shirt, the pistolero.
the Pistolero is still on sale, right? The Pistolero shirt is still on sale.
It's on our
and,
site.
limited
It's on our
edition.
site.
What?
It's a limited edition.
It's a limited edition. They're flying off the shelf. Just hurry up because we're not gonna order anymore.
No, just
okay,
one
so
One time only.
right, and the hats we're coming up with new designs for the hats for the summer. I heard, right?
Antonio's making them himself.
How about swimwear? Do they have
Swimwear. We haven't talked about that yet. So
We're gonna get
for the
some swim
summer?
caps.
It's like
yeah,
summer.
maybe swim cap.
Forza Bari will write
Yeah.
on it. Perfect.
Okay, so
Good.
until then, have a nice week.
Very good.
And good luck to the Italian teams in Europe.
As always, thank you guys. We'll talk to you soon. Ciao,
Ciao, guys.
Ciao.